Ever found yourself stuck in a cycle of endless thoughts, unable to break free? Well, you're not alone. This is a familiar scenario for many, and it's called overthinking. It's like a hamster wheel spinning in your mind, with thoughts racing round and round, often about the same issue, leading nowhere. Overthinking can be a sneaky, silent intruder. It creeps up on you when you least expect it, perhaps when you're trying to fall asleep or in the middle of an important task. You might not even realize it's happening, but suddenly you're caught in its grip, tangled in a web of what-ifs, could-haves and should-haves. This mind trap can be more than just a nuisance. It can have real, tangible effects on our lives. It can cause stress, triggering a cascade of physical symptoms like headaches, stomach issues and sleep problems. It can also breed anxiety, making us worry excessively about things that may never happen. If left unchecked, overthinking can even lead to harmful consequences such as depression or other mental health issues. But it's important to remember that overthinking is not a reflection of who you are as a person. It's not a character flaw or a sign of weakness. It's a habit, a pattern of thinking that has been learned and reinforced over time. And like any habit, it can be unlearned. The struggle with overthinking is real, and it's okay to admit it. It's okay to say, yes, I'm an overthinker, and it's affecting my life. Acknowledging the problem is often the first step towards finding a solution. It's a brave step, a step towards regaining control over your thoughts and ultimately your life. Overthinking can be a tough habit to break, but with the right tools and techniques, you can regain control. So let's go on this journey together, exploring the world of overthinking and discovering strategies to escape its clutches. Remember, it's not about eliminating thoughts, but rather learning to manage them. And you're more capable than you think. After all, the mind that houses the problem also holds the solution. So what exactly does it mean to overthink? Well, imagine you're in a room filled with doors. Each door represents a decision or a problem. Instead of opening a door and moving forward, you stand there examining each door, worrying about what's behind it, and imagining every possible outcome. That, dear listeners, is overthinking. A process of dwelling on problems, fears or choices for an extended period. Now, it's important to differentiate between constructive thinking and overthinking. Constructive thinking is a healthy process where you contemplate your decisions and actions, making sure they align with your goals and values. It's like a friendly chat with your inner self, helping you navigate through life's maze. Overthinking, on the other hand, is more like a never-ending debate inside your head, where you're constantly questioning, doubting and second-guessing yourself. It's that nagging voice that keeps you up at night, replaying scenarios over and over again. So, how do you know if you're overthinking? There are a few telltale signs. One of the most common is an inability to sleep. Your mind is so busy churning out thoughts that it refuses to switch off, even when your body is begging for rest. Another sign is constant worry. You find yourself fretting over things that haven't happened yet, or replaying past events, wishing you had done things differently. And then there's indecisiveness. Overthinkers often struggle to make decisions, no matter how big or small. They're trapped in a cycle of what-ifs and buts, making it almost impossible to choose a course of action. Overthinking can feel like you're stuck in quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. But don't despair. Remember, recognizing overthinking is the first step towards controlling it. Now that we understand overthinking, how can we begin to overcome it? Overcoming overthinking is not a one-time event, but rather a journey filled with small, manageable steps. One of the most effective ways to combat overthinking is through mindfulness exercises. Mindfulness is all about living in the present moment, focusing on your current experiences and feelings without judgment. When you find yourself caught in a swirl of overthinking, take a moment to ground yourself. Focus on your breath, the sensations in your body or the sounds around you. This can help you break free from the cycle of overthinking and bring you back to the present moment. Another practical technique is setting time limits for decision-making. Overthinkers often fall into the trap of analysis paralysis, spending too much time weighing every possible outcome. By setting a time limit for decisions, you're forcing yourself to trust your instincts and make a choice. This doesn't mean making impulsive decisions, but rather it encourages efficient and effective decision-making. Finally, practicing self-compassion is crucial. Overthinkers are often their own harshest critics, beating themselves up over every perceived mistake or misstep. It's important to remember that everyone makes mistakes, and that's perfectly okay. Instead of berating yourself, treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. When you catch yourself in a cycle of self-criticism, take a moment to remind yourself that you're human and it's okay to be imperfect. These techniques may not completely eliminate overthinking, but they can significantly reduce its impact on your life. Implementing them will require practice and patience, but with time, you'll find it easier to escape the overthinking trap and live a more peaceful, fulfilling life. Remember, these techniques take practice, so be patient with yourself. Self-care is a critical component in managing overthinking. But what does self-care look like? It's a term we hear often, but its true meaning can sometimes get lost in the fray. In essence, self-care is about looking after your own well-being in a holistic way. It involves nurturing your physical, mental, and emotional health. One might wonder, how does this tie in with overthinking? Well, when you're in a good place physically and emotionally, your mind tends to follow suit. It's like a well-oiled machine working in harmony. Overthinking often stems from stress, anxiety, or simply being overwhelmed. By practicing self-care, you're giving your mind the rest it needs and deserves. Now, let's talk about some self-care activities that can help manage overthinking. Regular exercise is a great start. It releases endorphins, those feel-good hormones, and helps clear your mind. It doesn't have to be a grueling gym session. Even a brisk walk or a leisurely bike ride can do wonders. Adequate sleep is another critical factor. It's during sleep that our bodies repair and rejuvenate. Lack of sleep can lead to increased stress levels, and yes, more overthinking. So, ensure you're getting a good night's rest. Healthy eating is also part of self-care. Nutrient-rich foods fuel your body and mind, helping you feel your best. Remember, your diet can impact your mood and energy levels, so choose wisely. And let's not forget hobbies. Spending time on activities you love can be incredibly therapeutic. It could be reading, painting, gardening, or even playing a musical instrument. Whatever it is, make time for it. The key here is to create a personalized self-care routine. What works for one person might not work for another. Listen to your body, understand your needs, and act accordingly. Remember, self-care isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. In conclusion, self-care is a powerful tool in managing overthinking. It's about creating a balance, a harmony between your body, mind, and soul. Self-care is not just about physical health, it's about taking care of your mind, too. Positive affirmations can be a powerful tool in your battle against overthinking. These are simple, positive statements that you repeat to yourself, aimed at changing your mindset and the way you perceive yourself and the world around you. They work by replacing negative thoughts and self-doubt with positive, empowering beliefs. It's like reprogramming your mind for positivity and resilience. Imagine standing in front of a mirror, looking into your own eyes and repeating with conviction, "I choose peace over worry." Or perhaps, "I control my thoughts, they don't control me." These affirmations affirm your power, your control over your thoughts and emotions. They remind you that you have the strength to choose positivity over negativity, calm over anxiety. It may feel strange at first, but trust the process. Repeat these affirmations daily and watch how your thought patterns change. Remember, you're not just saying these words, but believing them. And in doing so, you're creating a more positive, empowered self-image. Overcoming overthinking isn't easy, but it's definitely possible. We've journeyed together through understanding overthinking, exploring practical techniques to combat it, and highlighting the importance of self-care. We've also touched on the power of positive affirmation. In essence, it's about taking control of your thoughts rather than being controlled by them. Techniques like mindfulness, physical activity, and journaling can be powerful tools in your arsenal. Remember to take time for yourself, to rest and rejuvenate. Positive affirmations, too, can play a transformative role. By consciously choosing positive thoughts, you can shift your mindset and break the cycle of overthinking. It's crucial to remember that it's okay to seek help when you need it. Overthinking is a common struggle, and you're not alone in this fight. Remember, you have the power to control your thoughts and create a happier, healthier life. You've got this.